Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you're joining me live or joining me on the streaming later. My name is Erica Belay, and I work for Best Life Mortgage Corporation. Just to talk a little bit about me, I am a mortgage loan officer, a wife, a mom. I have two small children, 1 year old and a 3 year old, as well as my two bonus stepchildren who are high school age. I'm excited tonight to talk to you about the VA home loan program because my husband is a veteran. And I'm just really grateful to all the veterans who have served our country. And I'm really glad that we have this amazing program to honor and serve our veterans. But before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit about Best Life Mortgage. My company is just an amazing brokerage, which means as a brokerage, we have access to several different lenders. That means that I can shop all of the lenders for my clients. And that means I work for the client. I don't work for the lender. I try to find you the best rates, the best terms to get you into the home that you want. So I'm really happy to serve all your needs. But for tonight, we're going to focus on talking about the veteran, the VA loan program. So let me change my screen here. So again, I want to just say thank you to all of the veterans and for your service. Like I said, my husband is a veteran, so I really appreciate all that you do for us. We know that freedom isn't free, so thank you. With Veterans Day coming up, I'm happy to celebrate that coming up. A little bit about the veteran population. There, we have 19 million veterans in the U.S. right now. That's about 7% of our population. And I think the top three states that have veterans are California, Florida, and Texas. So I service Texas. I'm licensed in Texas. So the VA program was created in 1944. It was signed in by FDR, and it was created to help veterans get a leg up and create a better life for themselves. Um, so I want to talk about a lot of myths that are associated with the VA loan. And a lot of, I think the myths are out there. Maybe some realtors have these myths, but I want to just go over why these myths aren't true. So the first myth is that VA loans take longer to close. This is absolutely not true. Everything, like all loans right now, um, whether it's conventional, USDA, VA, here at Best Life Mortgage, we can close loans really quickly. We are averaging 14 days, sometimes more, sometimes less, but on average, a VA loan takes no longer than any other loan out there for us to close. Going right along with that, the second myth is that VA appraisals take too long. I think appraisals are a big pain point in the industry right now. We do have a shortage of appraisers. So a lot of times we are at the mercy of the appraisals to get a loan closed, but it's no different for a VA loan again compared to any other loan. And here at Best Life Mortgage, with some of our lenders, we're closing these loans really quickly. So appraisals aren't really taking that long any longer for the VA loan for sure. Myth number 3 is that VA rates are not as good as conventional rates. This is absolutely a myth. I don't want to talk a whole lot about rates because there's so many factors that go into rates, and rates change daily, sometimes multiple times a day. But in general, a VA rate is probably 1/4 to 0.5% better than conventional rates. That's what we're seeing right now. And then the fourth myth is that the seller has to pay for repairs and closing costs. This is absolutely not true. In a buyer's market, when the market was a little bit different, the seller can pay up to 4% seller concessions. But if an appraisal comes back and there has to be repairs, that's something that is negotiated between the buyer and the seller. The seller can offer to pay up to 4% seller concessions, but the seller is not required to pay those seller concessions. So just want to talk about those myths. I want to talk about now why the VA loan is great for the sellers. In general, home buyers with VA financing are more likely to get to the closing than any other loan program available. VA loan home financing has the least amount of short sales and foreclosures of any other loan program, which basically is a testament to the strength of the program and the buyers that are approved. So, you know, the seller can rest assured that these loans are going to close. Another thing about this, and I want to kind of back up a little bit and just talk about the VA does not lend the loan. So the VA guarantees the loan, but that gives the lenders the peace of mind that if a buyer defaults on the loan, that the VA is going to cover up to a percentage of that loan. So it's a really strong program. And again, like I said before, the turn times are just the same as any other loan program. So a VA loan can close really quickly. How can we get our VA offers accepted? So with some of these stigmas and these myths out there, a lot of sellers might be hesitant to accept offers from a VA loan. So I want to just debunk that the seller does have to pay for a few things, like commission for the real estate professional, but that's happening with any loan. Seller does have to pay for brokerage fee, for buyer broker fee, and for the termite report. Other than that, that's all the seller has to cover. So if you have a seller that's reluctant to accept the offer, there are different ways to overcome this resistance. And one of those is to possibly negotiate a higher rate. With a VA loan, the buyer doesn't have to put down a down payment and they don't have loan limits. So they might have a little bit more wiggle room to be able to make a higher offer, to make that offer a little bit more appealing to the seller who is reluctant because of some of these extra seller concessions that they have to pay for. Now let's talk about the pros for a buyer. This loan is just amazing for buyers. The number one reason is there's no down payment. There's not another loan out there other than the USDA loan that has zero down payment. So that means that the buyer can get 100% financing. In addition to that, there's no mortgage insurance. So any other program that has a low down payment or a no down payment requires mortgage insurance. So anytime the down payment is less than 20%, then it's typically mortgage insurance. But for a VA loan, there is no mortgage insurance. The next thing is that, and I already said this before, interest rates are often better than conventional, probably about 1/4 to 0.5% better than conventional. So that's a huge pro for our buyers. And then the third thing is that the credit and the income requirements are a little bit more relaxed, so we can get more buyers qualified. Really, right now, that's all I have to cover this, the VA loan program. If anybody has any questions to talk, there are a lot more details about it that could be scenario specific. So if anybody has any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to be a resource for you. My name is Erica Belay. My cell phone number and my email address are right there. And this is the first of many live productions that I'm going to do over on Thursday evenings. So tune in next week for the kickoff over the home loan roadmap. Thank you so much for attending. I look forward to hearing from anybody who has any questions, and I look forward to helping you with your home loan needs.